Hello and welcome back to the WIHS Journal, Public Affairs from 104.9. I'm Paul Kretschmer, introducing Steve Tuzanu, our General Manager, with his guest for today.
I'm speaking with Eric Getty, who is the Vice President of Public Policy with CBIA. Eric, thank you for spending time with us. And tell me, what is it that is on your heart right now?
Well, I really wanted to talk today about a bill up at the legislature. There's two bills. They're identical. One is Senate Bill 163, that's in the Judiciary Committee, and one is the Senate Bill 318 in the Labor Committee. They do the exact same thing, and essentially, they say that if an employer holds a meeting and that any employee subjectively believes that the employer is starting to talk about political matters, which is very broadly defined, employees can simply get up and walk out of the meeting in the best case scenario. In the worst case scenario, they could bring a civil action against their employer for even speaking about these things. And this is a real concern for us just because of the amount, that employers have been encouraged to be providing truthful information about so many things going on in our world right now. And right now, we have some real transparency issues in the state of Connecticut. And, this is just attempting to stifle that communication and make it so that employers can't talk about what is going on with lawmakers in their own state.
What started all this in the first place?
Well, this bill has been around in Connecticut for a long period of time, and really it's all centered around claims that employers are asking employees to stay in rooms and talk about labor organizing efforts. But all of that that conversation is preempted by federal law, so the state is not supposed to be trying to regulate that speech. But this bill goes way beyond topics like labor organizing. This goes about to regulations or laws that impact the workplace, or even involvement in civic or community activities that the business may choose to be involved with. I mean, it goes from everything from talking about climate change, that could be viewed as a political matter, talking about vaccine or mask policy, that could be viewed as a political matter. It goes down to whether or not to sponsor the local Cub Scout troop. So that's how broad this restriction on speech is.
And what is the name or title of this particular bill?
The one in the judiciary is called an Act Protecting Employee Freedom of Speech and Conscience, and that's, that's Senate Bill 163, up for public hearing tomorrow or Friday in the Judiciary Committee. The other one is called an Act Concerning Captive Audience, and that is Senate Bill 318, and that is in the Connecticut's Labor Committee.
And I thought I heard you just say something as to the timeliness of this. When is this coming down?
So the Judiciary Committee will be having a public hearing on their version of the bill tomorrow, the 4th of March. The Labor Committee will be having their public hearing next Tuesday, March 8th.
Wow, this is imminent, it sounds.
Absolutely. I mean, again, this is just the public hearing stage right now. So this is where the public gets the opportunity to come and weigh out. And to be honest with you, many, many Connecticut businesses are already submitting testimony in opposition to this because, they're really concerned. They want to have honest conversations about how laws or regulations may impact employee working conditions and other aspects of their business. They want to be honest with their employees. This stifles that communication. So that's why we're seeing so many businesses come out on this issue.
How is this going to affect our listeners, and what impact will it have on them?
Well, again, if employers are, they tend to pay very close attention to what is going on in the state, and they are a very trusted source of information, especially about things that are going to impact the businesses, in the jobs of your listeners. So getting less information from your employer, I don't think is in the interest of most Connecticut residents. They should be able to hear how things going on at the state capitol could impact their working conditions, their job conditions, whether the business is looking to expand outside of Connecticut or stay here and grow here. I mean, that's what we should be encouraging.
So basically you're saying they're going to control any conversation that goes on inside of a business. Is that correct?
It is control in effect, because employers are going to have to be very careful that they aren't going to what employees potentially subjectively believe is a political matter, which again is such a broad range of topics that it really can include almost anything. So, they're not saying to employers, you can't say this. They're just saying, if you do say this, your employees can walk out, and if you dare say anything to them, you could be the subject of, court action.
I guess the next question that begs to be asked right now is, what can we do about it?
Well, the best thing we can do is, for those who are interested in this, if you own a business and you are concerned about protecting your right to have conversations with employees, make sure you contact your lawmaker. If you want to submit testimony for a public hearing, you certainly can contact CBIA, and we can assist you with all of that. But yeah, really the most important thing is get to know your lawmakers. Tell them why this is a bad idea. Tell them why honest conversations between employees and employers about any range of subjects is absolutely critical. Citizens should be concerned about making sure government is transparent, that they're getting good information, and stopping bills like this protects it ensures that you continue to hear about what is going on in Hartford.
How can our listeners be in contact with you if they want more information about the bill?
Well, the easiest thing to do is to visit cbia.com. Right on the homepage, we talk about this issue along with a lot of other things going on at the state capitol. So you could see all our contact information right there on that webpage, and certainly, reaching out on any of that contact information or any of those numbers will get you to us.
The WIHS Journal is public affairs from 104.9 WIHS. We're always looking for ideas to interview people in the area for their organizations. You can contact us at 860-346-1049. That's 860-346-1049. Ask for extension 18, the public affairs extension, and leave your idea and a phone number that you can be reached at. Or you can email us, office@wihsradio.org. That's office@wihsradio.org. We also have a YouTube channel, which has been recently reactivated, WIHS 1049. That's WIHS 1049. It has programs such as Bread of Life series. Also, the WIHS Journal has some entries on that as well. The opinions expressed are those of the participants, not necessarily those of the staff or management of the station. I'm Paul Kretschmer. The WIHS Journal is public affairs from 104.9 WIHS.